Lines all across the U.S. will carefully watch Monday's trial concerning property damage at JJ's restaurant following that explosion back in 2013. 41 Action News investigator Melissa Yeager joins us now from the scene of the tragedy with new information about how this could affect telecommunications providers all over the country. Right, Melissa?
Right. This case headed to trial on Monday only deals with the property damage aspect of this tragedy. The question up for debate is whether Time Warner Cable is liable for the damage that happened out here. In the race to get high-speed internet in Kansas City, Time Warner Cable hired a small boring company named Heartland Midwest to lay fiber optic cable in the area near the plaza. The crews hit a gas line, which eventually resulted in a massive explosion that killed one person, injured 14 others, and destroyed the restaurant. Monday's trial will decide who is responsible for that property damage. The cases involving the people who were hurt were resolved out of court. Attorney Grant Davis represented many of the employees injured in the explosion and gave us his expert perspective on why he'll still be paying attention to the case headed to trial on Monday.
It'll be very interesting to find out what happens, because the allegations are that Time Warner Cable didn't do anything to plan this excavation properly. At first, there's going to be an open excavation. They didn't have any engineers come and plan it out.
Instead, they opted to use a technique called horizontal boring. A machine bores a hole in the ground and lays lines as it goes without the extra time or expense of digging a trench. It's sometimes called blind boring. Crews are working several hundred feet from where the bore head is drilling, tracking it with a GPS device. In this case, they hit an unmarked gas line. Though the company was working on behalf of Time Warner argues it is not liable for the damage because they contracted the work to another company. But the plaintiffs will argue the government franchised Time Warner the right to put cable in the easeway and thus are still responsible.
With that franchise comes responsibilities, and you don't give up those responsibilities by hiring a small company to do your work for you. Many cable companies throughout the country do it like this, where they hire some small company to do the drilling for them.
A judge dismissed Heartland Midwest from the case. Just USIC and Time Warner are left as defendants, and the verdict could set precedent beyond Kansas City.
There are companies that are drilling and laying cable faster than we've ever had it laid before. And there are many instances where gas lines are struck as a result of it. So this is something that is important to the community, important to the nation.
As we said, USIC, the line marking company, is also a party to this lawsuit. They will come under fire for an internal policy where they were prohibited from marking the depths of the line, despite Missouri law requiring them to do so. Jury selection begins on Monday, and this trial is scheduled to take about 3 weeks. I'm investigator Melissa Yeager, 41 Action News.
Melissa, thank you. There is much more to this story tonight. Melissa Yeager showing us the unknown mistakes and warnings crews ignore that are just now coming to light. That is exclusive tonight at 10.